Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we discuss about the operational management, the nature of operation, a very important concept regarding the production activity. Operational management is used to known as simply as production management. Switch in the name has taken place to allow all businesses, whether in primary, secondary, or tertiary production, to be analyzed when considered the management of operation. Operation is concerned with the use of resources called inputs like land, labor, capital to provide output in form of good and services. So basically in this chapter we discuss that how a production department generally utilize their resources to produce good and services. So in management they have to consider that how much resources they need to produce sufficient output, a finished good. As we know that there are resources, raw material, work in progress, and a finished good. Operation managers are aiming to produce goods and services of a required quality in the required quantity at the time needed in the most cost effective way. So basically production, this is responsibility of production manager that they have to find out whether how much resources are required to produce required output, and definitely that depend upon the market demand. According to that, company has to supply the resources. So production department managers is responsible for supplying of resources. So this is the responsibility, a strategy that they have to adopt, how much they have to produce good to meet the consumer's need, a market requirement. So the cost is not become high and there is less wastage. So efficiency of production, keeping cost as low as possible will help to give competitive advantage, because we know that in marketing portion we know that we can set the prices is equal to cost and profit. So when cost, if cost आपकी high होगी तो definitely आपका profit margin कम हो जाएगा. Prices definitely you are not able to compete with competitor. So this is the responsibility of production managers that they have to reduce their cost, they achieve economies of scale, so the prices will not disturb as compared to competitors, and company has to maintain their image. The second factor is quality. The goods and services must be suitable for the purpose indeed. Flexibility, the need to adopt new processes and new product in increasingly important in today's world. So this is the responsibility of production managers that they have to produce a right product, launch in right time and right place, and definitely they can change the process of production to producing new innovative goods that are more demanded in the market. How the production process start? The production process or transformation process, we have to need input and produce, convert into output by using machines, different technology. Added value, the difference between the cost of purchasing raw material and the price of finished good are sold. We already discussed in previous lesson, marketing portion lesson, and first chapter, entrepreneur chapter, that basically added value is the difference between the cost price and the sale price. Company brings some different, a unique point that can differentiate from your competitors. So your company has to bring something different in new, so customer is willing to pay high prices of the good. So factors that affect added value: the design of product, the efficiency with which the input resources are combined and merged, the impact of promotional strategy and or convincing customers to pay more for the product than the cost of input. So basically the placement, promotion strategy, design, packaging are basically the added value that the customer is willing to pay high prices for the good. Operational process involve many stages before physically selling the good or service. Converting a consumer need into product that can be produced efficiently. So basically we have use market research. With the help of market research you have to utilize, know that what is the consumer's need, and according to that company has to convert the input resources into output. Organizing operations so that the production is carried out efficiently, for example ordering stock to arrive in time, deciding on suitable production methods, setting quality standard and checking they are maintained or not. Production and productivity. So basically, production converting the input into output. The level of production, how many much units company need to produce to meet the customer's need in specific time period, and what is the productivity, the ratio of output to input during productions. Example: output per worker or per machine, per labor, per time, how much they require for producing goods. Production is an absolute measure and the quantity of output that a firm produce in a given time period. Productivity is a relatively measure and it's concerned with how efficiently inputs are converted into output. The most common measure of productivity are labor productivity. So the formula is total output divided by total number of staff need to produce a good, and capital productivity output divided by capital employed, how much machines, how much investment you have to put in to producing the good. Rising productivity. So productivity, how what type of methods company has to adopt to increase the productivity of staff. So first method is that improving the training our staff to raise skills. Second, increase workers motivation by giving different type of rewards. Purchasing more latest technology that can be produced more innovative good with less use of resources, improving quality and more efficient staff. These methods are generally used to increase the productivity of our of company. Is rising productivity always good? Increasing productivity does not guarantee of business success. Greater productivity lead towards increased labor wage demand, increase in cost. Workers and their unions are become a tearful or dynamic improvement in workers' labor productivity. So company try their best that the productivity of staff will increase, but there are different issues regarding that. Workers definitely demand more salary, more wages, and second thing is that either now we have checked that either workers can maintain the quality of the product or not. If one worker produce maximum good with the particular attention that he can gain maximum salary, but he not maintain the quality. In that way, the wastage there are huge wastage of company resources. The cost will increase, and definitely the price will increase. Now we discuss the efficiency and effectiveness. Efficiency producing output at the highest ratio of input. Efficiency refers to the ability to accomplish a task or achieve a goal with the minimum amount of resources, time, and efforts possible. It is a measure of how well a system or process perform in terms of output related to input. In business, efficiency is often used to describe the productivity or profitability of an organization. A more efficient businesses can produce more goods and services with few resources, resulting in higher profit. In manufacturing, efficiency is measured by comparing the output of a production line to input, such as labor, material, and energy. Efficiency can also be applied to individuals where it refers to the ability to complete tasks with minimum effort and time. For example, an efficient workers may be able to complete a task quickly and accurately, while inefficient workers may struggle with some tasks, taking more time to producing the high quality product. Overall, improving efficiency can lead a higher productivity, resulting reducing cost and better use of resources, making it an important contribution for businesses and individual alike. So basically, the concept is that efficiency, you have to use minimum resources and produce maximum good. Effectiveness, meeting the objective of enterprise by using input productivity to meet customers' need. Effectiveness is not about wasting resources. It is about putting them to productive use of to achieve the objective of business. Effectiveness refers the degree of which something is useful to in achieving its intent, purpose, or goal. It can be measured in various ways, such as qualifying the amount of process or improvement achieved, comparing the output with expected result, or evaluating the satisfaction of stakeholder involved. Do best thing is basically effectiveness. And efficiency is that you have to utilize less resources and produce high quality product. And now we discuss the difference between efficiency and effectiveness. Efficiency is the capacity to achieve a desired goal with the least amount of time, effort, and resources wasted. A better result on the add more value or produce better outcome is what effectiveness is able to produce. Thank you very much. And today we complete the operational management, the nature of operations, in which we have discussed the how what is production and what is the responsibility of operational managers, what type of resources they need, and how the productivity will increase, what type of methods generally employer use to increase the productivity, and then we discuss about that. Okay, the next subtopic of this chapter is labor intensive and capital intensive. Difference between labor intensive firms and capital intensive firms. Labor intensive firms, companies generally use a high labor intensity of labor to produce the output by using of input. Capital intensive is involving a high quantity of capital equipment compared to labor. Approach is chosen depend upon either we have to choose labor intensive or capital intensive. Depend upon the nature of the product and the product image that the firms wish to establish. If product quality is very high, brand name is so much good, and product is technical, company generally use depend upon labor or capital. The relative price of two input, if labor or cost are high and rising, then using more capital equipment might be justifiable. The size of the firms and the ability to afford expensive capital goods. So if the size of company is small, they prefer to go for labor intensive, and if size is big, large company production is so much higher, then company have preferred to go for capital intensive. Depend upon the other factors also there. So here we complete the complete chapter of business operations, where we discuss about productivity, responsibility of operational managers, efficiency, productivity, and effectiveness, and how the company can increase the productivity of labor and labor intensive and capital intensive. Thank you very much. See you in next class.